In a previous video, we looked at some string functions or methods for manipulating strings. Particularly, we looked at the toLower and toUpper methods that allow us to change the case of a string to all lowercase or all uppercase. We also saw the .trim function, which allows us to remove spaces at the beginning or end of a string. There's also two other trim methods. One is called trim start, which just removes the space at the beginning. And the trim end removes, of course, the spaces at the very end of a string and leaves any spaces at the beginning of the string. In this video, I want to look at some other methods for manipulating strings. Let's assume that we have a string variable called XYZ, which contains the phrase South Mountain Community College. String variables do have a property called length, which is the number of characters contained in the string. And so I can have a variable called myLength, which would hold an integer value, and I can place in that variable the value of xyz.length. Now the phrase South Mountain Community College consists of 32 characters, and yes, we do need to count the spaces in between the words because a space is a character. We will use this length property later when we learn to work with loops where we want to process a string out, maybe pulling out each word of a string or counting how many instances there are of each letter in a string. So length will have a very good purpose down the road. There's also a substring method which allows us to extract part of a string. So again, using our XYZ equals South Mountain Community College, I'm going to declare a variable of ABC as a string data type, and it's going to equal, in the VB case here, xyz.substring, and then in parentheses I have 6, 8. And this results in the value of ABC equaling mountain. Now let me explain how we get that. The two numbers inside the parentheses, the 6 and the 8. The 6 is the starting location of the string I want to extract. In this case, it's letter 6, or character 6. But these are index numbers. Anytime we deal with index numbers in programming, we start counting with 0. So the S in South Mountain is character 0, the O is character 1, and so forth. So character 6 is the M of mountain. And then the second number there in the parentheses is an 8, which tells me we're going to get 8 characters. So that's going to extract the word mountain. On the C# example, very similar. We're going to start with character 15, again counting with 0. And we're going to take 9 characters. That's going to be the word community. If I took 10 characters, we'd get the space with it after community. Sometimes you may want to use substring in a concatenation. So here's a VB example where we've got ABC as a string data type. And it's going to equal xyz.substring 0, 1. That's going to be character 0. We're going to get 1 character. That's the uppercase S. I'm going to concatenate to that xyz substring 6, 1. That's going to be the capital M of mountain. Concatenate to that substring 15, 1. That's the capital C in community. And xyz.substring 25, 1. It's going to be character 25, 1 character. That's the uppercase C of college. So therefore, ABC, when that code executes, would be equivalent to uppercase SMCC. Another method of strings is IndexOf. IndexOf returns the location of a search string or search character. So again, using XYZ equals South Mountain Community College, I have an integer variable called position. And on the VB side, it's going to equal xyz.indexOf, and in parentheses, I have the letter M as a literal string inside of quotes. And it's going to look for the first uppercase M that it finds in my string of xyz. And what's going to return is the character location. In this case, it's going to return a 6. It's the 7th character, but we start counting with 0, so it's character number 6. In the C# example, we can search for a phrase or a word or another string inside that string of more than 1 character. So here I'm searching for the letters uppercase C-O-M. Now remember, this is case sensitive. In this case, it's going to find uppercase COM at position number 15. And that's going to be the value then that's placed into our position variable. We can also have a second parameter inside the IndexOf method, which is the location of where we want to start searching for this string. So I have the letters UN that I'm searching for in the Visual Basic example. And rather than finding the 7th and 8th characters, I want to start searching at character number 12. So it's going to start at the I in mountain and go to the end of the string, trying to look for the letters UN. It's going to find them at characters 19 and 20. It's going to return the first character, so that's character 19. On the C# side, I'm looking for an uppercase C, but I'm going to start searching at character number 18. So rather than finding the C in community, it's going to find the C in college, which is character 25. In this next example for Visual Basic, I'm looking for the phrase tail, the letters T-A-I-L. Within South Mountain Community College, that does not exist. And if it can't find the search string, it will return a value of -1. So position in this case would equal -1. Now that becomes important because we can look for a search string within a conditional statement, and if it returns a -1, we can say that that search was not located, it was not found. On the C# side, I'm looking for a lowercase c starting with character number 18, and that does not exist. Again, IndexOf is case sensitive, so position would equal a -1. If I wanted to look for something and not have it be case sensitive, I can change that search string to lower or to uppercase using the .to lower or .to upper, and then do a .indexOf within that string. So if I did a .to lower and then did IndexOf and searched for C, 18, a lowercase c, it would in this case return a value of 25 because the uppercase c would have been converted to a lowercase c. We also have a remove method as part of the string class. And here I have ABC as a string variable. It's going to equal, on the VB side, xyz.remove 6, 9. So I'm going to start with character number 6 and remove 9 characters. That's going to be the word mountain and the space after mountain. And the result then of XYZ at that point being placed into ABC would be South Community College. It's important to note that the remove function, along with several of the other functions here, such as to lower, to upper, trim, none of those modify the XYZ string, in this case, or the string that they are being applied to, unless that string is reapplied back into itself. So we had XYZ equals XYZ.remove 6, 9. The new value of XYZ would be South Mountain Community College. But if I were to look up the value of XYZ after executing the statement, XYZ would still be South Mountain Community College. We simply replace the phrase without the word mountain into our string ABC. On the C# side, same thing. Here I'm going to remove character 15 and get 10 characters. That's going to remove the word community. And the result is ABC equals South Mountain College. Along with remove, we have an insert function. And I can specify the location of where I want to insert and what I want to insert. So here I'm going to insert at character 5 the letters ERN on the VB side, and the result is XYZ then equals Southern Mountain Community College. And on the C# side, the example here is I'm going to put the word range starting at character 15, and ABC would then equal South Mountain Range Community College. Of course, we can do inserts and removes with simply string concatenation using substrings.